Class, London Williams here again. Gonna give you talk about a little bit more serious subject for my speech today. It's gonna be about smoking and smokeless tobacco, using tobacco products in general. Why this is bad for you. Coming from a 12-year smoker myself, I have chose to quit exactly 14 months ago and have been tobacco free since. It's a disgusting, extremely hard habit to kick, but with a little bit of push and self-discipline, anything's possible. Cigarette smoke contains over 4,800 chemicals. 69 of those chemicals have been known to lead to cancer. Smoking is directly responsible for 90% of lung cancer deaths and approximately 80 to 90% of COPD. About 8.6 million people in the US today have at least one serious illness caused by smoking, which means for every person who dies of smoking-related disease, there are 20 people more who suffer from at least one serious illness associated with smoking. So what is this, you ask? This is all health hazards associated with smoking. It's horrible. So with all that said, still we come down to one major fact, that tobacco is the leading cause of preventable illnesses and death in the US. Preventable. What does that mean? It means it can be cured. You can be healthy again once you quit smoking. There is no, I started smoking, I've been smoking for 10 plus years, 20 plus years, my lungs are completely shot, there's no coming back from it. That's wrong. Your lungs will heal themselves. It will rebuild themselves back to some healthy, strong lungs. Let's see what smoking does to your lungs over time. In this video, we're going to see the comparison between a smoker's lung and a nice, healthy set of lungs. Wow, look at that. So you see the difference. See the difference how the set of healthy lungs had two formed healthy lungs, and that nasty tar smoke infested lung only had probably like one lung. That's what happens to your lungs when you smoke. So once you start, that's what you're doing to your lungs. I actually had no idea my lungs would probably look like that. But after taking another gander at things, it opened up the bigger picture on what my lungs look like. Smoking has a really effect on your cardiovascular activity. I'm not going to go in too deep on what types, but I would like to touch on the normal everyday types, like walking up the stairs. You're gassed and winded walking up just a few flights of stairs because you're smoking. Your lungs aren't fully developed anymore. They're torn down and this burnt out from all that smoke and all that nicotine you're putting in those lungs. So your everyday movements in life are challenged, and it shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't have to play with your kids, and you have toddlers and you're running around and they're getting you all windy. I have kids myself. My 2-year-old is a workout in a hole. And I tell you, ever since I quit smoking, I feel great. But yeah, you don't move the same. One of the reasons I also chose to quit too, because me being in the military, we have to run. You have to have cardiovascular, endurance. And I would always tell myself, no, smoking, yeah, that guy can run, he smokes, or that guy can run, he smokes too. I can do it too. Not the case. When I smoked and tried competitively running, it wasn't there at all. But once I quit smoking, and probably about 3 or 4 months after that, I felt clean. My lungs felt clean. I felt like I could take in deeper breaths of air, of oxygen to refuel my muscles. Because that's what happens. A torn down lung, you can't inhale the oxygen needed to flow through your muscles during activity. And just to remind you, let's take another look at what a smoker's lungs look like by a set of clean ones. Okay, in this next video, I'm going to show you the effects of smoking in a human body. This is an awesome video. I think it's a 30-second video. I think it really hits all key factors of what your lungs are actually doing when you inhale nicotine or even using tobacco products. So let's take a look.
What's going on, man? How you doing? What if you could see what cigarettes were doing to your insides? What if you could sit back and watch your lungs slowly blacken and wither? Or your heart enlarge as it struggles to keep you alive? What if you could see the cancer garden growing every day just beneath your skin? Would you still smoke?
I wouldn't. Would you? Would you still smoke, as the video said? You take another look and see what that's doing to your body? Man, that's some rough stuff there. Every cigarette's doing you damage. Man. And last time I checked, I believe, 20 cigarettes come in a pack? 20 cigarettes is doing that damage to your body, times 20. So one cigarette does that, multiply that by 20. That's horrible, man. It's horrible. I think what gets me the most is that this habit, this product, the whole sense of smoking and using tobacco, it's all preventable. But yet people will want to die. You're killing yourself every cigarette you smoke. Every dip you put in your mouth, you're killing yourself. Take a good look at that. The main reason I quit smoking, because my 12-year-old daughter came up to me and said, "Dad, while I was smoking, I had my morning cigarette, had my cup of coffee, she just wakes up, comes out there, and I thought she was giving me a guilt trip, but she was actually really serious. And she said, 'Dad, you need to quit smoking. You may not be around.' And it just flashed through my head. My oldest child telling me I may not be around. That hit home. That really hit home. So from that day forth, I think I had about 4 or 5 cigarettes in that pack. Threw it away. Went cold turkey. Which brings me to my next segment of the speech. Back in 2009, an estimated of 49.9 million adults were former smokers. Of those, 46.6 million current adult smokers, 46.7% stopped smoking at least one day in the preceding year because they were trying to quit smoking completely. It's good stuff. We all know it's in every tobacco product. It's a very addictive drug. It's a drug. Quitting smoking often requires multiple attempts. Using counseling or medication alone increases the chance of a quit attempt being successful. The combination of both are even more successful. I recommend going cold turkey just for the simple fact it requires more discipline. I think you feel a lot more empowered that you kick that habit you had for years and years. So by going cold turkey, you just really kicked it. Just as fast as you picked it up, you kicked it. But if you can't do all that, there's also awesome sites, awesome places out there to get help. I was actually in the gym this morning, and there was a you can quit stand right there when you walk into the gym. That's one reason why I quit. I love working out. I love staying healthy. And the one thing I would do after I leave the gym was spark up a cigarette. See that there? That's that fixation. The fixation is what you got to kick to quit. It's all about those first 7 days. If you can go cold turkey for those first 7 days, you're good. That's where the discipline comes into play. You got to just kick it. But once it takes 48 hours for nicotine to get out of your system, 48 to 72 hours. So then you put that in your head and you go, okay, I don't have any more nicotine in my system. So now my lungs are starting to redevelop and become these nice, pink, voluptuous lungs that we saw earlier. Right? So let's see. I picked up some goodies at this stand. They thought I smoked. I was like, no. I told them I was a current quitter. They gave me a pat on the back. Good job. I told them I was going to speak for class. They let me take one home. So let's see. I haven't opened it up yet. Let's see what's in the bag. All right. So first we got a nice little nifty card. Let's see what it says here. It says tips to help you quit. It's awesome. There's actually 4 steps on here to quitting tobacco. Number 1, think about quitting. 2, preparing to quit. It's a good one. I think that's good. You got to want to quit, and then you got to prepare yourself to quit too. 3, of course, quitting. And then you got 4, staying quit. That's the phase I'm in now. I don't see myself going back to smoking. I don't see a need to. I feel absolutely healthy. I could run 3 miles in 18 minutes. When I smoked, I was hitting about 30. But I was hitting 30 at like a gasping for air. I could run 3 miles, 18 minutes. Get off, wipe the sweat off my head, and go work out. It's the power of quitting, people. You gotta do it. You gotta wanna do it, I'm sorry. So back to the bag. Oh well, first thing, just give you some mints. Look at that. That's true too. I hated my breath stinking. I hated people saying, oh, who smoked? Or who lit up a cigarette? They gave you some mints. Got a nice little pen in here. Quit tobacco. You can quit2.org. Alright, and it's a pamphlet on deciding how to quit smoker's guide by the American Red Cross Association. Look at that. And this is only one of many sources out there, people, that you can get. Let's drop my mints. There's many other sources out there. Many other sources. I'll provide those for you at the end of my speech. But just remember, if you don't take anything away from this speech, and you're a current smoker or tobacco user, you have to want to quit. You have to want to decide to kick that habit and throw it away. Okay? You have to. You can't just say I'm going to quit and not want to. You got to have that thrive, that dedication to quit. All right? And I'm going to leave you with this video here. This is a gentleman that utilized the dipping, chewing, smokeless tobacco method.
Sure enough, when I went back to see him, I was diagnosed with cancer, an undifferentiated squamous cell carcinoma, because of my use of this stuff right here, spit tobacco. I went through 12 and a half hours of surgeries, 9 days before my 27th birthday. They ended up cutting through my jaw. They had to take out 1/3 of my tongue. Then they had to go down into my neck and remove muscle tissues and lymph glands out of the right side of my neck. And in the process of doing that, they destroyed nerves. I can't raise my arm any higher than that now because of the nerve damage. I lost partial use of my right arm.
So after seeing that, do you really want to put something like that in your mouth? Have all this gone for the rest of your life? I wouldn't either. Here are some links that you can go to get help to quit smoking. If you want to quit smoking. You gotta want to. And remember, it's preventable. It's preventable. Thank you for watching. Look cool. Smoking is not cool, guys. Quit.